Hey, yeah, what's up? This is Disciple Marshall Occurrence Rain back up in this anti-Illuminati all day, anti-telepathy all day, anti-America all day, and everybody with them, yeah. So, this message is going to be about basically, man, that if you guys don't know, the train situation where a black homeless dude pushed this Asian woman in front of a train in New York City, down here under the in the train in the train station, well, in the subway, not the train station, at the subway, and I know nobody ain't gonna protest about it. You ain't gonna see no black people protest about it because it ain't one of their own that was a victim. As soon as somebody even say a word to black people, they all over it. They all over trying to cancel people. But you see a fully grown, one of your own, push an Asian woman in front of a train, a female. Now you want to talk about how black people treat their females? Look at that. Look at that. You want to point to men, how men treat females? This man pushed this woman in front of a train and killed her. You know what? And guess what? Guess what, guys? All around the world, guess what? You ain't gonna hear no protests or nothing about it because she was not black. If she was black, everybody be protesting about it. Everybody, you know I'm right. You know I'm right. You know I'm right, bruh. If it would have been a black woman pushed in front of a train, they'd be talking about it now, live streaming now, talking about it. The victim's family all in the videos. Say it like Suge Knight. They all in the videos. Victim family all in the video. Nah, I gotta be hardcore, bro. Cause man, I see the difference. I see the bias, man. I see how black people basically can do no wrong in this country, man. It's funny. Pay attention though. Even in spite of being shot down and all of this, right? When it comes to a lot of things, nobody says nothing when they do certain things. It's true, bro. It's true. I think the true, and for the record, the true sellouts to me is the people that go and take innocent people's lives at the same color that they are. That's the sellout. All the stuff the ancestors work for, the African ancestors work for, they mow it down like it don't mean nothing. They mow them down like they don't mean nothing. That's the sellout. They work for you to live. They went through all of that for survival. And then you turn around and mow down the ancestors, the descendants. That's the sellout, bruh. I don't care what you say. Because at the end of the day, a racist white man is in the woods, minding his business. That's real. You don't even see these racist white people interact with you because they can't stand you. So they ain't even around you, living with you. Ain't no racist people ain't no racist people against black people living in the ghetto. Or living among minorities. They don't do that. They don't do it. They don't do it. They can't stand it. Okay? So you don't even see these people interact with these people. But yet, the people that's really the most danger to you is your own people. And until that is straight, I don't want to hear about racism personally. I don't want to hear about it. Because you're desensitized about black on black killing when kids are being killed, and you're ignoring it as well. A lot of you are ignoring it, straight out ignoring the fact that black people are killing each other at an alarming rate. You're ignoring it. I don't care. I don't care what somebody said to you. I don't care how much somebody hates you when you hate each other more than anybody else do. You hate each other more than anybody else do. That's real. Ain't no other way to look at it. I don't care how you look at it. Ain't no other way to look at it. If you driving each other to killing each other, then you hate each other. That's simple. You don't love each other. So what is it? You don't love each other. It's impossible. It's impossible to kill somebody you love, bro. That's real. That's real. Especially at the rate that they're doing it. Come on, man. Stop playing with me. You insult my intelligence. You're insulting my intelligence. Okay, that's the bottom line. You want to act like you smart, you street smart, well, you're insulting the intelligence of the American community, acting like racism, racial slurs is the biggest problem. You're insulting our intelligence. The biggest problem is gang banging, killing each other. That's the biggest problem in America. The biggest problem. What's bigger than that? Tell me, what's bigger than that? Okay, then. Ain't nothing bigger than that. Even these flaky politicians, they come under that. Because it doesn't matter what we change in the White House, if they still killing each other, what difference does it make? If we get a great leader, what difference does it make when they still killing each other? They gonna mess up everything. It don't matter what leader we get in office. It doesn't matter what leader we have lead the people if they still killing each other, bruh. And that's the bottom line. I don't care how you take it. That's the bottom line. Ain't nothing gonna change to that change, and that's the number one problem. Okay? So, back to the lecture at hand. This homeless dude kills this Asian woman. Right? Kills this Asian woman. And she was an advocate for homeless people just like him. Nice, sweet, docile woman. No reason to touch her. No reason to, do anything to her. Beautiful woman. She probably would have gave him a couple dollars if he asked her. I'm sure she probably would have. If she's an advocate for homeless people, she probably would have gave him a couple dollars. Or when they bought him something to eat. But instead, he sit back for whatever reason, and what I think is, he got that from American culture. Picking on Asian people. He got that from American culture. Where he get it? He just came up with the idea to do that. Specifically Asian woman. You think that's a coincidence with all this going on against Asian people? Do you think that was a coincidence? It was not a coincidence. Even the homeless man is killing Asian people in America. So even your American homeless people are angry at Asian people. It's a shame. And you don't hear nobody really saying anything worthwhile. You don't hear nobody saying that. This is what I'm showing you. So next time, America, when the time comes, now we on this this is how it is. Okay? Next time they got something happen to them, don't say nothing. I ain't gonna say nothing. You ain't say nothing when the Asian woman got thrown in front of the train. Because if it was a black woman, y'all wouldn't be able to let it go. Like she is more special than this Asian woman. Everybody talk about being equal. This is being equal. You protest about half of the community and you don't protest about the other half. You complain and cry about things that happen to you, but you don't complain and cry about the things that happen to other people and that your own people do. It doesn't work like that. You can't insult the universe like that. You can't insult the intelligence of the universe. You can't. You can't insult the intelligence of God. Okay? God is way smarter than you. Infinite. And all you do is sit up and cry and yelp like a wounded dog. Rah, rah, rah. As soon as somebody say something to you, you should be, the truth be told, you should have tough skin by somebody calling you out your name by now. Let's keep it 100. You should have tough skin by now. You ain't evolved yet. It ain't gonna change. So what you gonna do? Cry every time somebody say something? Try to cancel everybody? They gonna start retaliating. All the people you trying to cancel, they gonna start retaliating. What you think they gonna? Oh, in a perfect world, they would just go and say, "Okay, man, them people gonna start retaliating, bruh." Especially when you are sitting up there killing your own people and using the same word. I don't care what people say. If you use the word, if the word causes you that much pain, then take it out your vocabulary altogether. That's just the most devilish thing to actually happen in this culture. The very word they're complaining about becomes the most popular word of endearment. That's crazy. That's crazy. I don't have no compassion and sympathy for it because you're using the same word. That's the bottom line. A racist might come to me and say, hey, man, you know, they use the same word, man. And then on top of that, they killing each other. I mean, what's worse? Me in the wood drinking my beer, using racial slurs, or somebody drinking a beer and going killing somebody? I can't. What can I have to look at the weight of what the intensity of which is worse. It doesn't matter how it is. It doesn't matter how you slice the cake. It doesn't matter that they're not necessarily racist when they go pull the trigger. It doesn't matter. They actually are taking an innocent person's life sometimes and killing children in the process. That outweighs the fact that they may not use a racial slur towards their own people. They may not be considered a sellout, but you're killing black babies. Okay, so let's weigh this out without insulting my intelligence. Killing black babies, killing black people. Okay, that's one side of the scale. A white guy in the woods saying stuff on social media, minding his business, not actually physically harming black people. I'm sorry, bro. That outweighs what he doing. You killing black people, black babies, and who cares if you're using racial slurs? Who cares if you're considered one of the people when you're killing them, when you're killing your own people? And some races are not even doing that. Some racist people are not even doing that. And all you want people to do is go easy on you. Like you a virgin lover. Go easy on me. You might as well be a 20-year-old virgin lover. You want people to go easy on you all your life. That's real, bruh. I done had my life picked apart and I survived. Me and you not the same. I done took all criticism, everything anybody could think. They tried everything they could and I'm still here. So me and you are not the same. Let's begin to see what you do though. If you claim to be on my level, let's pull all the stuff you're doing, including black on black crime, black babies being killed, which you claim to protect, but they still being killed and y'all not saying nothing about it. You're not protesting about it. Because it's not convenient for you to do that. It's not convenient for you to talk about this black dude that's a problematic situation in the community pushing an Asian woman he don't even know. It would have kind of, I'm just being 100, it would have kind of made more sense if she was black too. Maybe he knew her, maybe he was talking to her. Something like that. But a woman that's completely removed from his community and his culture and society, bro. She like going on the other side of town where probably ain't even it's probably black people, but not like living with her, around her like that. That's ridiculous, bro. And she didn't even get to live out her life, man. They didn't even talk about no kids she had or nothing. I don't know if she had kids or not. But man, she didn't even get to live out her life, man. And this pathetic person, bro, is now laughing, talking about he God. After he did it, bro, they should kill him, bro. For real. They should give him the death penalty. I don't care. He took a life, man. He took a life without any regards and not in an argument, not because he felt he needed to defend himself against a woman or a human being. Nothing like that, man. Unprovoked. That's a lesson for all you little dumb, ignorant people walking around America. While you talking your jazz, man, it's some people getting killed unprovoked. While you trying to justify the stuff you said and done, there's people being killed unprovoked. They ain't even say nothing to the person. And you done said something to somebody. You need to look around what times you living in, man. And shut your trap. Heart down. Stay in your lane. Because there's people out here dying unprovoked. Nothing said. They don't even know the person. That's what country you living in. That's why I know you spoiled. That's why I know a lot of y'all mama boys and mama girls. Because you think the world's supposed to treat you like your parents. I don't care what your justification is. How I feel is, if you ain't see me do something, then you got a then you need to fall back. You're acting like the police. And just from that, some people will have a problem with you. While you trying to act like I'm crazy, people out here are dying unprovoked. That's crazy. That's crazy. Somebody getting killed from an unprovoked killing while you eavesdropping like dumb, ignorant black people do. That's what they do. All they do is eavesdrop and eat chicken. While you eavesdropping and eating chicken, it's people out here being killed unprovoked, bruh. They ain't did nothing at the hands of people like you. Yeah, you should be able to take anything I gotta say. You use the same words of ignorance. Hey, you should be able to take anything I gotta say. You should claim to be so tough. You tough? Why you can't take nothing nobody say? And it be the truth. It be the truth too on top of that. You tough as they come though. Okay. Anyway, like I said, this guy didn't do nothing to the woman. I mean, this woman didn't do nothing to her. This guy pushed this woman onto the train tracks, man. He took this woman's life, talking about he a god. And I'm telling you, man, that's a complex that's in the black community. It is. It's a complex. It's a complex that's in the black community. You God. If you God, why you ain't got a new neighborhood? Why you still in the ghetto if you God? Come on, bro. Stop playing. When you got all the other races making their own neighborhoods and making their own communities, but you God though. Okay, you keep believing that. I know maybe you're saying it for your self-esteem. I don't know what it is. But at the end of the day, man, it's no telltale signs of what you're saying. It really isn't. It really isn't. Because even if you look at creativity, you know, white people create stuff too. They do stuff that you know you can't do. Let's keep it 100. Some of these white people are doing things, scientists and all different types of things. On the average, not here and there, on the average, they are doing things that you know you can't do. Let's just keep it 100. I'm going to say it this way. You're not doing it. Okay? You're not making these buildings. You're not doing all the measurements on the buildings to make a building. You're not doing any of that. Not really. Not really. I'm sure there's some out there, but on the average, you're not doing it. Am I keeping it 100 or not? Because what we're going to keep doing, what's going to happen is we're going to keep fabricating people and gassing people, fabricating people's successes, this community success, the African-American community success, fabricating it, gassing them, and they will not see that they're in need to do better, way better. To do way better. And I'm not going to sugarcoat it. I don't care what you think. You can think what you want to think. I call evil, evil. I call wrong, wrong. Why you ain't saying nothing? Why you ain't saying nothing about your own evil in your own community? You ain't even saying nothing about that. So why would I expect you to say something about anything if you can't say nothing about your own kids being killed and slaughtered in your community at the hands of black people? Now let white people do it. Oh, it's a whole parade. It's a whole parade, bruh. It's a family affair, bruh. It's a family affair. It's a family affair. Everybody coming. It's a whole family affair. It's true. It's true. There ain't no sellout to me. Sellout is the one killing the black people. That's the sellout. The sellout is the one sizing up people that's black that they don't know. You don't know me. So why are you talking to me? Because you think that's racist. You think because I'm black, you have the right to say something to me. I don't feel that way. That's not being funny. That's not being a jerk. I feel that you're doing it. Half of the people are doing it. You're messing and talking and playing around people because you think because I'm black, you have a past. Let me say this. Just because you black don't mean you have a past to hurt other black people. Just because you black don't mean you should not be held to the highest level of justice, just like white people when they hurt black people, just because you black. You still need to be held to the highest level of justice just like white people. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. But yet, a lot of black people go out and they think they got a pass to play with black people. Just because you black doesn't make a black individual, his or her suffering less because it's you that's doing it. They still got other stuff. They got all kind of stuff they got to deal with. And you don't get a pass to play with them because you just happen to be black. I'm telling you how it is. You don't have no pass to play with black people. They got their own struggle. They got their own situation. And you don't have they're people that talk to people, talk down on people and say stuff that you shouldn't be saying. You don't have the right to do it because you black. That's for you. Me, I'm correction. You're not correction. You're ignorance. Okay? You're ignorance. That's what you are. That's your boat. You're the ignorant boat. Swim in your little ignorant boat. That's where you're at. You're not a teacher. You're not a teacher like me. You're not a chastiser. You're not a corrector. That's not what you are. Okay? So you don't get this lane. You're going around playing around black people, and you ain't just because you black. That's racist. You don't mess with the white boys like that. You know why you don't mess with the white boys like that? Because you know what'll happen. You know what'll happen. All of a sudden, you can't get a job. All of a sudden, certain things can't work out for you. You know that. All of a sudden, you stuck for some reason because you played with the wrong white people. Yeah, you get them slave eyeballs when you start playing around white people. Oh no, I ain't do nothing wrong. Yeah, bruh. I'm telling you, that's why I don't take nothing off of them, bruh. I don't take nothing off of them, man. Because I know when it comes to other races, you don't do the same thing. You would not go play with white people. You would not go play with certain, even Mexican people. You ain't going to do it. I guarantee you ain't going to do it. But some reason you think you have a pass to play with me, and you don't. I want you to treat me with the same respect you treat some strangers that you don't know that's Mexican and that's white. You don't act like you know them, and you treat them properly. I take that. I don't need you to be familiar with me. I'll take respect over you trying to be familiar. That part. Just respect. That's all. I don't need to know you. I can get to know you, but I don't need to know you. You walk around like I need to know you. Yeah, I'm 40 years old. I don't need to know you. And that's another thing. Black people treat their own like kids. Like, I'm a grown man at the end of the day. First and foremost, I'm a grown man, bruh. What in the world you doing as a woman talking to a grown man out of term and you don't even know me? You see me as a boy, which is racist, which you got from the white man. Yeah, I don't play that. You don't know me. Yeah, you don't know me. I got a 14-year-old kid in the world, about taller than you. My kid is about taller than you. My kid is about taller than you. What I look like takes some off you. That's real, bruh. And that right there ain't even gangster. That's manhood. Because that's another thing they do in the black community. First time you start talking and you start arguing and talking, oh, first thing is mentioned, gangster. How about I'm a man? How about I'm a man? Protecting myself. How about I'm a man standing up for myself? How about that? And you a woman out of turn. A girl. You the girl. You the child. You all out of turn. That's what children do. Come talking out of turn, talking crazy to somebody they don't even know. Yeah, I was raised up in North Carolina. I'm not saying women know their place, but women act like women. You don't be talking to no man you don't know. That's bad for the husband. That's bad for the boyfriend. Most men would chastise you for that. Because you ain't had no business talking to no man anyway. What you doing talking to some dude you don't know, bruh? That's the first thing he gonna say, especially a black man. You know how black men are. That's the first thing he gonna think. He gonna ignore everything you talking about. And why was you talking to this dude though? Did he say something to you? That's the first thing the dude want to know. Did he say something to you? Then, oh, you said something to him. He gonna establish that first. That's what most real black men gonna do. He gonna establish who said what first. And it was you. You said something to me, and I have the right to say anything to you as a man. Not even as a gangster. As a man. Yeah. I done beat down real men. If you think I'm one of those guys that like to pick on women, less than 9 months ago, I was beating a man down in the streets, man. A man that you probably wouldn't even fight. A man that probably would beat you in a fight. I'm just telling you what it is. As opposed to what you thought it was. Yeah, I'm a grown man up here. Don't ever get it messed up. That comes first. And look, and my warfare can come just out of me being a man and not even talk about nothing gangster or nothing. My warfare to protect myself can come totally out of being a man. Totally out of being a man. Me saying what I'm saying right now, you don't even have to do nothing with gangster, totally out of being a man. That's something that real men understand. That's a language that real men understand. A lot of y'all ain't no real man. Because I'm going to tell you something. If a woman I'm with talking out of turn to some dude, that she ain't seen him do whatever she talking about, then I'm chastising you. I'm correcting you. Because that man could twist things around and say you said anything to me and lie against you. That's not a real adult, man.